welcome to another episode of Binding Roll, where we play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the world of the Ninth Age. If you are unfamiliar with the Ninth Age, it is a tabletop strategy rank and flank war game that I love very much, and this channel is dedicated to. If you have any desire to look into that, please click the link in the description below. It has a link to the website for the game, and it'll have everything you need about the game and how to meet other people to play. But today we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and let's hop on over to the players. This is episode 3 of our season 1.5, where Rob is our DM, so I'll go ahead and hand it off to him.
Thank you, Kenyon. All right, let's get it started with the standard stuff. So what are you drinking? And everybody did level after last time. So what did you get with your level? We'll start with Barracus.
I got the Lucky Feat, which allows me to roll a second d20 and take the better result on an attack or a skill check. Pretty darn handy. And I am drinking some more Pilsner. Can't get enough.
Very nice. All right, so we'll go to Erky.
Yes, I am drinking kombucha, which has trace amounts of alcohol in it, depending on the strength. And I took the crossbow expert feat, so that'll let me ignore the loading property, which will be helpful with the next level up when I have 2 attacks. And I don't get disadvantage if I'm shooting someone in the face when I'm right next to them. So that's
Very nice.
Execution style.
Yeah, that'll be real fun. All right, Trixie.
I got a dice cam.
Yeah,
Right,
new dice cam.
There's that.
Roll
Yeah.
the dice. I want to test it out.
All right.
For the kids at home.
There. I rolled a 4.
Nice. Woo.
Yeah. Nice.
Get that one out of the way.
Can't wait to get like a level 5.
Yep.
This will be fun.
Yep.
Because
All right, well,
Trixie leveled up, we let her have a dice cam now.
So what I'm drinking is I'm back again with another Fieldwork Parfait Sour. This is a let's see if I can get it actually in the thing. This is coconut lime.
Sounds good.
It's pretty good. Like it's very lime, which I'm very happy about.
Nice. Yeah.
As for what I got with my level up, I took a skill increase, so I upped my charisma to 18. And I also gained the Firebolt cantrip and Jim's Magic Missile, which will be interesting if we get to use that. And I really hope it blows up in my face, literally.
Well, there's only one way to find out. All right, and Cleet.
I leveled up, and I didn't take a feat. I just put both of my ability score increases into Wisdom because, I use Wisdom all the time, and I picked up... What did I pick up? Cantrip. I picked up Shape Water. And I also picked up Charm Person. And that was it, right? That was it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and what I'm drinking, I'm still trying to get through all of my wedding beer.
Right.
Just 805.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, I think that Charm Person will serve Cleet well. He might need that.
But my beer.
So, and then the last thing is I'm drinking an Evo Evolution Amber Ale from the Wasatch Brewing Company, as always, from here in Salt Lake. And let's get started. So we are going to start from back in town, just for the sake of pacing. Skip the walk back. adventurers have had a long rest, and we're waking up again to the smell of bacon in the copper coin inn. Looks like Cleet may have spilled
I
his beer.
did. It exploded on me, but I'm
Oh,
cleaning
okay.
it up. Don't just ignore me.
Keyboard's okay and everything.
Yes, it just got on the table.
Sweet. Okay. So, does anybody have anything they want to do first thing in the morning? Like before anybody else gets up? We just get straight to breakfast.
Yeah. I got my infusions I can
Oh yeah,
do. Let's see, who isn't tooled up
Artificer
yet?
John.
So I gave. Yeah. So, I think I'll just up my own stuff. So I'll give my armor will be, I think, +1, and then forget if I've taken it for my let me check. I believe I can make my crossbow +1 to hit and damage. But I'll need to review that.
Okay.
I'll also change that if that.
So
that's the
remind me at the end of last episode the condition of Opal, cat. Didn't Opal pass away? And this, I'm under the impression that Opal passed away.
Yeah. Yes. Although waking up the next morning, you find her sitting on my shoulder as normal.
Before I go to bed, I on the walk home, I gather like the belongings, mementos of my experience with Opal, and I have set up in my room. I'm assuming sharing a room because we got a free room. Like in the corner, stacked them together, like maybe a candle, and a little space of remembrance for Opal. Before going to bed, I shed a tear.
What are those mementos exactly?
See here.
I need at least 2 specific items.
Because remember, nothing was left behind.
And you haven't actually
no
touched
trace.
it, I don't think? Or did you actually, did you
No.
briefly pet it once?
Maybe I can't remember. Like some twigs around the flowers from of wild flowers from right where Opal last existed, in my mind, and I rip off a piece of my kind of muddy, dirty clothing of where it scratched me. Maybe it tore a piece of my clothing, and I lay it out in front of the candle.
Oh, remember, your clothing's no longer muddy and dirty.
Oh,
At least it. I mean,
I assume I muddied it a little
it wasn't at the beginning.
It's clean, it's not going to stay that clean for
Right,
too long,
right. But
he's a dirty boy. Get your minds out of the gutter. Come on. Grow up.
Yeah, and I just say a few. Opal, you were a great cat, and I loved you. And I will always remember you in my heart before I go to bed.
All right, Cleet, take inspiration. I needed you to at least try to make up 2 things to remember a cat that you never actually even petted. And I'd say you did okay.
Opal was a beautiful cat. Okay, that's all I can say.
All right, so you guys come down to breakfast the next morning after your experience last week. I guess I should probably do a little recap. I'm pretty bad at this. All right, so last time you guys went on so you met the guy Griffin in the bar at the Copper Coin, where you're staying and where you're eating breakfast. And he gave you a list of different things that you could do to help him out. And the one that you chose was, he said that there were some like standing stones, like huge stones, coming up out of the ground to the northeast of the town.
Oh, that's right. I still have the tinkering. That's what I did. I recorded. I remember from last time. I recorded my memory of like what happened, like visually, because I have the magic tinkering, so I can have those little visuals to be able to share my
Just like a
visual aids.
magical body cam,
Uh,
but like through your
yeah.
eyes.
So static visual effect. So, well, no, it's more like an
Gotcha.
artist rendering, right? Where if I, it's from memory and stuff like that. It's not a camera.
It's
per
fan
se.
art
Yeah, something like that.
from Urki's own,
quality there.
own memory.
Right. So.
All right,
Not something that defines quality, but we'll leave that with you.
fair enough.
I forgot I got the claw necklace of haste lasted, so yeah, I definitely I take one of the claws off of it. I don't like use it, like, because it'll give you haste, but like I lay that claw in front of my little opal altar also.
Wow. So that, are you just like leaving it wherever? Is it in the room or?
Yeah, it's in the corner of our room.
Okay. Gotcha.
The deity that I have grown up with is like the spider god, the goblin spider god of the forest and the swamp, and I do a little prayer to spider god.
Okay. All right, and then after the walk to the Standing Stones, you met a halfling who was there using what is apparently a magical multi-track, a magical 4-track recorder to record punk rock songs with the aid of the sounds coming from the Standing Stones. He asked you guys to help him out by touching the stones and making them. It sure seems like as soon as somebody taller than the halfling touched the largest stone in the middle, a giant kind of spectral light creature of what you might call a Thyroscutus came out of like a portal in front of the Standing Stone and proceeded to attack you guys. You killed it. It kind of shattered and then turned back into a lizard person, who you then beat up on as well. And then at a certain point, he sort of stopped raging, however you want to. His possession was over, and he regained his wits and thanked you for helping him and said that he was going to continue to investigate how someone was bringing these stones up out of the earth, since they had been hidden there thousands of years ago. Did I miss anything?
That's about it, right?
Oh, you got the haste necklace, and then the item that I totally made up, the Wand of Healing Waters, which basically just gives you an Aegis save for a turn, which is, if you're familiar with the 9th Age, it is a special save that will cause you to take no wounds if you roll it successfully. But yeah, we can return to those in the moment. Let's see. So you guys come down to breakfast. Johan's behind the bar. He waves at a server to bring you some breakfast. You guys sit down. Go ahead and make me perception checks.
It's a 25 for me.
Oh
9.
boy.
Trixie, you're fuzzy.
But the dice is perfectly clear, so it's fine.
Yeah,
22.
True.
on your muted
Alright.
Trixie.
And you're muted on your.
Critical
Oh, I am.
success.
Okay, well, I rolled a 7. The 6 plus 1.
Okay.
If that
And then Erky,
helps,
what was yours?
Uh,
Okay, so
Slightly better, but below the
Cleet
default.
and Veracus, you see Griffin sitting at the bar in kind of a shaded, slightly shadowed area at the end of the bar. He's kind of hunched over a glass and a plate. He looks pretty hungover, but he's over there. If you choose to speak to him,
Yeah, I walk over to Griffin, I sit down next to him, and I go, yes, these are dark times. We've lost fallen friends. I feel your pain, Griffin. We can mourn together.
he kind of jolts like he was sort of asleep. He says, hey, Cleet, was it?
Yes, I'm Cleet.
Okay, well, not so loud, but good to see you. I'm glad you guys made it back. What can I do for you? So you guys remember seeing him in the bar the night before when you returned, but he was, 3 sheets to the wind, drunk in the bar, so he might not
Like you
remember
do.
that. Yeah, he had nothing going on today, so
Forever.
you don't know. You've only known him for like 2 days.
This is his weekend. It was his Friday night.
Could be. All right. So he says, "Well, are you guys interested in taking on any more of the tasks we talked about?"
Well, I don't know. Cleet might need some time to
I am
recover
curious.
from his loss.
I am curious what
But once
Cleet's
that's
reaction
over,
to
we can't.
suddenly seeing Opal
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
on
Is the cat there?
Is the cat there?
Yeah,
Have,
yeah.
Have I seen the cat yet?
yeah, like you woke up like we get up in the morning and like the cat's just there on my shoulder like always, like nothing ever happened.
Okay, so I'm assuming I noticed this in the bar, and as I'm sitting next to Griffin, I peer over and see the cat Opal on your shoulder, and I'm genuinely shocked. Opal has risen. Opal, the spider
Oh,
god, the spider god has heard my words and has risen. Joyous.
I only know one spider god.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Oh, the
that's
look
not
up.
juju there.
That's
And
fine.
I say,
Shot.
we must rejoice. Drinks for the bar, everyone.
Everybody cheers, and you see Griffin just kind of like cover his ears, like, oh god damn it. And he kind of looks like he's gonna throw up, but he takes a big chug from his beer, little hair of the dog, and goes back to eating his bacon and eggs for the moment. Everybody comes up to Cleet, kind of slaps him on the back while they're getting their drinks. And then when they all clear out, Johan comes over and says, "Oh, that was very generous of you, yeah. But how are you going to? Would you like to pay for that now? I would like you to pay for that now."
It says, what do you mean pay?
Of course.
Right.
Trixie is face
It's-
palming
looks
at
at
this
you.
point.
Aren't you excited for Opal's return also? And with that, I my hand over and attempt to pet Opal without breaking eye contact.
Oh,
Just
as soon as you offered free drinks to the room, Trixie distanced herself from you quite about as far as can be without leaving the room. I don't know him. I'm not a part of this.
By no means secondary responsibility for his task.
Yes.
Who is this
So
stranger
Johan
at the
kinda
bar?
looks at Griffin and then back at Cleet. And Griffin just kind of shrugs and says, just put it on my tab. We'll figure it out later.
Nice.
Which does bring me to the matter of paying you guys for the last adventure you went on for me there. I heard there were some fireworks, so to speak. Some giant lizard fireworks. I don't know. I'm not feeling awesome this morning, so call it what you wanted. But I heard it got a little crazy.
Yeah, I have this lovely, bring out this little item that has a, I guess like a little painting of the image of the giant monster that came out of the rock. It's like, yes, we defeated this hideous demon that spawned from the gem.
I like to think it's
So, yeah.
it's an old Apple II monitor. You know, the green, single layer.
But without
ASCII
all the
art.
beige
Yeah, without-
plastic.
Out of the beige
It's
plastic.
just like project
It's just the glass with the
the shittiest heads-up display ever.
yeah.
He says, "Wow, that's pretty impressive." And also, that beast is. Are you sure this isn't like embellished at all?
No, well. What can I do to prove to you that this is honest? If you got a truth serum, I'll drink it right now.
Trixie walks over and says, "If anything, this is an understatement."
Okay. A good monster story is like a good fish story, so I'll let you have this one. I definitely heard there was something, so here you go. He hands you one bag that has,
Who's you?
let's say,
I'll take it.
He holds it out
Trixie
to
takes it.
whomever.
We're
Trixie takes
gonna
it.
sleight of hand test.
Does
someone-
anybody want a competing sleight of hand?
competing.
All right.
Roll them.
Ooh,
17.
that's gonna be a 6.
All
Trixie
right,
is not
you guys
very
both
dexterous.
grab for it. Trixie kind of gets her hand on it, and then Urky just kind of jumps up and grabs it.
Well,
from even below,
we're
even further below,
I
scurries off.
I figure we're both about the same height.
No, yeah. So.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I think you're a halfling, right?
Yeah.
Trixie?
Yeah. I think it was talking about
Slightly
like
tall.
Trixie is like half an inch higher than me, which is
Well,
like
like
really great.
it's mostly the hat, and like she stands up like super straight and like really tries to accentuate all of her, like, what, 4'3", if that.
All right, makes sense. So, Urky, you snag a bag that appears to have like 100 gold in it.
100 gold. Yes, I can make some really cool stuff with
Trixie
this.
demands her share.
Demands her share. What's the magic word?
Sorry, I'm
No.
trying to decide if I want,
Sleep.
like, I'm trying to decide how I want to play this. So, no. So Trixie responds with Lulamoon, which is the word she uses for all of her what was somatic components for her spells. To her trigger word, her magic word, literally.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Here's your 25.
I hold out my hand as well. Come on, man. We
Don't
know-
hold out on me.
All right, Veracus, you certainly did your part. Here's your 25.
Thank you, man.
I just stand there and
And
smile.
obviously-
Like,
We just figured out that Cleet has no concept of money. So,
I'm gonna give Cleet 1 gold, so he feels included.
I look at the 1 gold you hand me, and I'm like,
Very thoughtful.
it glimmers in the light, and I'm like, ooh, it's shiny. And I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? And I take it and I put it on my head. Like, oh, the hat. Oh.
Just keep it safe. I mean, if you get hungry, you can, you can exchange
food.
this for
It's food.
items. Don't. You can trade it for
okay.
food.
Thank you.
I mean, if you don't want to worry about it, I'll hold on to it, and then I'll
Thank
make
you,
sure
Pale
get some.
Goblin. You can
Would
hold
you-
on to it for me.
Okay, great. Nice and easy.
all right. Griffin is still kind of standing next to the group and just like watching you guys, just puzzled and really not sure what to do with you. But he's like, well, kind of hear him mutter under his breath. Well, they survived the last one, so I guess it's fine. Are you guys ready for another?
Yes. What can
Task.
we do? What can we do
Yeah.
for you, Griffin? We want to help.
Can you stack rank it by priority?
Rank them by payout.
Well,
Oh yeah, that too. I suppose that's our priority. So.
I thought they all paid out the same.
And it all kind of depends on
Maybe.
how I find that you have done.
Okay. Well, you can request, I guess, success metrics of, bring you the head of the brigands, or what
That's-
what
I'd
would
like
be
to
Are
Very
you
stressful
setting up
performance.
KPIs now?
Yeah, which KPIs are important for
tangible
adventuring?
tangible KPIs? Like I can bring back the hands.
We need like DPS meters now.
Griffin, can you come? Can you come
Quantify 'em.
with us? We always want friends.
I have some other things to do, and as I mentioned, I'm really not feeling so hot today. So maybe next time. Cleet.
Maybe you could give Cleet your address and
Yeah,
get him
I'll
to
write
see
you.
you later.
I'll write you
Hang
letters. We'll
out.
become pen pals. I don't know how to write, but
He just kind of shakes his head and he looks at the rest of the group. Kind of just like gestures at Cleet. It's like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
I just stand there with
He's
a dumb
just being
smile.
friendly.
He shrugs, moves on. So what I can give you is basically the other 2 things that you didn't do yesterday, or whenever it was that we talked. Time is a little fuzzy now. Sometimes it
Right.
feels like it's been weeks since I met you guys. But what we have left, he pulls out a little notepad from in his jacket and says, "There's the mining camp to the north that's still having bandit trouble. They had some some problems last night. And let me pull up that map. And he points to right here, where I'm pinging on the map. Through the glory of Roll20.
So, wanted dead or alive?
Well, I don't know if they'll actually be there, but I at least want you to start by investigating what's going on there. And, you know, if some bandits show up, I don't really care if you kill them. You know?
Do you have any descriptions of them? I want to make sure we get the right people. Or I guess anyone who tries to rob us is fair game. Consider a bandit.
Well, yeah, it is a mining camp. You know, they tend to treat thieves pretty harshly. Among miners, there's kind of a code of you steal my gold or gems or whatever, I'll probably kill you.
Have you, before we move on to the next task, have you found any ship that can take us to Cantamont?
Not so far. I mean, as you can see outside, when he motions out a window, it's conveniently placed, pointed at the dock. There's nothing at the dock. There's a couple little tiny fishing boats out in the bay, but it's just like one guy in a rowboat with a fishing pole. Or a tiny sail, as you can see on this lovely map.
Yes. Nice.
You know,
Are there any maritime smugglers we can bring to justice with the boat?
maritime smugglers. Well, I don't really know anything about that, but I don't know. I mean, I could ask around.
Or pirates, perhaps?
I don't know that anything really piratey goes on here in Wilhelmshaven. That's more of a Cantamont thing. And you know, usually the Aquitanian law forces are pretty. The Aquitanian Navy cracks down on that kind of thing.
So I have a question regarding the mission to the mining camp. Do you have something that can prove that we represent you? We wouldn't want to be mistaken for brigands ourselves. We are strangers to them. So you have a letter of introduction or some token that can prove we're there on your behalf?
I suppose so. Well, here, take this. He just hands you the map. I know the foreman, and he'll recognize, you know, the map that I drew.
Okay.
It's the only thing I have on me.
Yeah. Take your word for it, so.
You guys now
I mean,
officially own a map.
Yes, I now have the map.
Might have given you the map last time, but if he gave it to you last time, he says, show him the map.
Okay.
He'll know.
I asked Griffin, is the mine like a cave?
Yes.
I guess it could be a strip mine.
Like most mines, it is a cave.
So it's like people go into the cave and then get things and bring them out?
It's a little more involved than that.
They
but
bang on the walls
essentially,
first.
yes.
I like caves. I've been in many caves before. There's lots of caves in this. We should go to the cave. I like caves.
Great. We'd be happy for you to take the lead the way down. You can be our canary.
Might make
Cave
some
friends
cave-
are just as good
can
as
find
swamp
some.
friends. Are
The other
just as
thing-
good.
Yeah?
Just as good as swamp friends. That's the Binding Roll T-shirt, I think. Cave friends are just as good as swamp friends.
I like it.
The other
How do we
thing
print that?
that you could do if you're so inclined, maybe if you're up for it, you could even do both while you're up there. But I've heard rumors from some friends about strange music that's been heard around Lost Lake in the night. Up here,
What kind of music?
north of the mining thing.
Is it punk rock? Because we might have an explanation for that.
No, I don't know that it has anything to do with. Oh, did you guys meet Joey? That's cool. That guy's a cool dude.
Yeah, Joey's
What?
cool. He's good music.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I'll tell him you said that. He'll love that. Everybody else thinks it's shit. So.
Trixie agrees with everybody else.
All right.
Everyone's a critic.
One performer to another.
Well, you know, you guys got different styles. It happens. But it's been more like chanting, from what I understand. Mostly like singing, maybe some drums.
So, is that a problem? Sounds like people just having a good time up there. It's like, why is this of concern to you?
Well, I don't know that much about it personally, but the person that I heard this from knows, kind of looks you guys up and down and looks you all in the eye a little bit. Knows a lot about cultists
Ah,
and
I'm intrigued.
had some concerns that potentially this was cultist related.
so the goal is to identify if they are cultists and then identify which cultists they are. What information do you need us to bring back to you for the money? What are
I like
you? Like, we want to make sure we're delivering what we want to set the right expectations. It's like, yeah.
You like money?
So
I like money.
if you guys go figure out what is going on and maybe figure out just how big the threat is, then we'll talk about money. So, what do you think about between those two? I know this guy was jazzed on Cave.
So, yeah, I think we'll probably we'll go to the miners' camp, take on the brigands, and if we're good enough to continue on, we can continue on to Lost Lake. If not, we'll come back group and then head out again. Sound good, folks?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Works.
Let's do it. All right,
Get down to the
So,
wilderness.
we
Away from
will
these buildings.
fast travel our way north
Ooh,
along
fast
this
travel.
dotted line. I mean, we'll just skip the walk.
Wait, hold on.
And the
On the walk.
ambushes?
On the
Alright,
walk.
Perfect.
I got something to do on the walk.
Right, trying to pet the cat. at
No.
first.
This time, I realized the cat's been avoiding me, so I walk up to Trixie, walk beside her, and I say, "Hey, Trixie, are you like friends with Opal? Like, are you guys? Do you know a lot about Opal? Because Opal seems to be not friendly with me, and I want to be Opal's friend, but normally people are friendly with me, but Opal's not being friendly. Can you help me?"
What kind of smell am I getting off of Cleet right now?
I haven't showered since you prejudiced to me.
Yeah, Roll a smelly check. How smelly are you on a scale
I
of
think
20?
I think that would be a perception check, but involving smell.
Well, I meant for Cleat. Roll to see how
Oh.
Oh,
smelly
okay. Just
you
like
are.
what you want on D6?
I was kidding. No, it's fine. You tell me how smelly you are.
I have no. I mean, I was running around and rolling around in the dirt when we were doing the rock situation, and I haven't bathed since Pixie forced me to bathe.
So probably actually pretty decent for, this world.
Right. But has made no effort to continue. Got it. Okay. So, I'll I guess I'd turn and actually be looking up
Yeah, you'd be looking up at me.
Cleat. But still somehow looking down at you.
Still looking down your nose, so your neck
Yeah.
is like way
Yeah,
back.
yeah, like I'm practically looking behind me to look down my nose at you. Perhaps if you bathed regularly. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Opal likes people who are bathed. There's just gears trying to move forward in my head, but they're not. Like I just can't. Bathing? I'll think about it.
Why?
I'll think about it, and that's it. And then we can move on to the adventure.
Okay. So, as you make your way to where you think you should be getting close to the mining camp, on the road, you kind of reach this little fork where the trail goes off to the right, sort of towards the edge of a forest, and where you assume Lost Lake would be, according to the map. You take a left, and you kind of come over a hill, and you see a kind of small mining town. Little like shacks, but you can tell that it's being built up, but that it hasn't really established itself yet. It hasn't had time to grow into a real mining town, but there's a little shanty shack village that some people are in the process of actively working on. Other people are moving around mining tools and mine carts and wheelbarrows and stuff like that. There's some guys around the fire that are cooking, just kind of what you would expect from camp life, people taking care of different kinds of things.
Okay.
You go up to one of the people cooking. It's like, we are here on behalf of Griffin. Could you direct us to the foreman?
Hey, howdy, y'all.
Hey.
I'm Charlie.
Hi,
Old-
Charlie.
Old Miner Charlie, they call me. What was it you said I could do for you?
Could you tell us where we can find the foreman?
Oh, he kind of points a rickety, like, bony finger towards, like, the largest of the shacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a little bit of a front porch dealio going on in it. And there's a guy sitting there, kind of mug in hand on a rocking chair, sort of rocking back and forth, enjoying his beer and smoking a pipe.
Oh.
He says,
That feller over there's the one you want.
Why, thank you, Charlie. What are you making this evening for the crew?
We got baked beans.
All right.
You ever hear that poem, Blazing Saddles? There's a scene in that poem. If you stick around,
I saw it
if
coming.
you don't know it, if you stick Stick
before you
around, you'll
said
see
it. I was gonna ask if we had a Blazing Saddles situation brewing here.
Oh, it's a
man.
ruin.
Fantastic. We might be back later.
T minus.
Thank you for your help, Charlie.
Trixie's not
Not a
gonna enjoy
problem.
this.
He kind of holds up a mug of beer.
Let's go over to the porch and ask the man that's on the rocking chair with the beer and what pipe. It's like, hello. All right, Charlie, would you happen to be the foreman? We're here on behalf of Griffin.
Oh, Griffin sent you, huh? And you say the first person you met in camp was Charlie?
He seems like a friendly chap.
He is, but know that that's not really indicative of how most of us are.
Oh,
He spent way too much time down the mine over his life. He's been a miner since he was a little kid, and he's kind of just batshit crazy at this point. But my name's McDougal. What can I do for you? I'm the foreman here of this mine.
well, McDougal. Griffin said you were having some brigand trouble, and he asked us to assist in making that problem go away. Is that so? Have you all been, or your supply people been attacked on the road?
So it hasn't been on the road, but we have most nights been having problems with bandits either stealing equipment or trying to get into the mine to either steal equipment or, mess with things, vandalize,
Okay.
sabotage. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, well, we can't have that. I mean, put your safety at risk. You're risking your life going down there. Just normally, it can't be. We got to deal with these people. When was the last time they attacked? Have you seen who they are?
Well, we've been increasing the security patrols that we have, and the last time we had some was actually this last night. One of our patrols was checking the mine entrance, which is, he points kind of just up a little hill towards the face of a mountain, where you can see kind of tracks leading up to it, and you can't actually see the entrance because it's kind of on a landing, but it's up that way. Emotions. One of the patrols was checking the mine entrance, and they were sneaking up from a side path and trying to get in.
Does this only happen at night?
So far, it's only been at night. Usually the camp's too busy during the day for anything to really happen.
How many men are here at the camp? How many are usually on each watch during the night?
Usually we can only do about 3. There's only, 25 of us here in the camp. Give or take.
And then no issues during the day.
No.
Okay.
Just how much are these tools and everything worth, you think, in a rough ballpark estimate? One was to sell them for gold.
I mean, what's a pickaxe worth? Maybe a gold?
So these aren't like incredibly lucrative items here. These are more desperate folks? Or are these more saboteurs trying to slow down your progress?
Well, I can say that if one was trying to make money off of the endeavor, stealing our tools probably isn't the best way to do it. If you're bandits, probably do better, I don't know, robbing people on the road or,
So, what are y'all mining down there? Why would anyone want to slow down your operation?
Well, it's a gold and silver mine,
Okay.
but it's pretty new mine. You know, we've gotten a little bit out of it, but we haven't really gotten to the good stuff yet.
Any indigenous people? Like, is this area like a sacred place for certain people? Like, I don't know, were the people here before y'all started the mine?
Not that I know of. I mean, there's the town down south, and then there are some people who live up north by the lake, but there wasn't anything really here, and we haven't seen anybody since we've been setting up.
What time of day is it currently?
Jeez, let's say it's like 10 o'clock. Took you just
Okay, 10 o'clock in the
couple
morning.
hours to get to.
Mid-morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
morning. Took you guys a couple hours to get to the camp.
Could you introduce us to the head of your next night watch? We can supplement that, and so we can have two groups: one to guard the entrance of the mine, and another to protect the tools.
I'm trying to decide if I want to stick you guys with Charlie or the
Go ahead.
archer. He
I
pulls
mean,
out.
would you be Charlie?
Do I
Would you
wanna
be
do that?
trusting Charlie with the watch?
I mean, it's on a rotation.
after what he said.
But no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do the voice for that one. So he,
That's the danger of doing voices for your characters.
yeah, for real. That one's just a little harsh on the throat. All right, so why don't you come back a little later, and when I get, usually after dinner, I'll get the patrol together and I can introduce you to them.
Okay. Mind if we go have a walk up to the mine, or someone wants to show us that area so we can make it a little bit more defensible?
Kind of looks at you guys. You know, how do I know I can trust you guys? I know
Well,
Griffin sent you, but
I'm not sure what Griffin's reasons are for helping you all out here, but he's offered to pay us to remove this brigand problem. He provided us, and I bring out the map. This map, sort of to prove that we are serving on his behalf, and we are just here to remove the problem so we can get paid. That's all we care about.
all right. Again, he kind of just like looks you guys all up and down. Why don't you make me a persuasion check, Erky?
You got it. At +5. Ooh, 12. Oh,
12.
yep.
He kind of squints at you even more. Kind of crosses his arms. Anybody else want to make a shot at this?
Well, I think Griffin has a vested interest in keeping the area safe. He seems like he's a pretty well-rounded individual, and he appreciates the town and the hard work that the town's making to grow and prosper. And I don't think brigands and thieves are a part of that picture. So I think he just wants to make sure that you guys share that vision. That's why we're here. You keep mining, we'll guard the progress.
Well, Griffin definitely does have his own reasons for what he does. Roll me a persuasion check, Barricus.
Critical success.
Okay.
Nice.
He's like, all right, yeah,
So
Griffin has
charming.
his own reasons. So I guess if he trusts you, I can trust you. So he says, "Come on up. Let me show you something here." So he takes you guys up the hill. It's just a short little jaunt up there. Let me to page toolbar. He takes you into this. That's actually upside down, but it's fine.
Liking the
The
hand
maps
on
are
maps.
great. The maps are great.
Pretty cool.
Thank you. These are like my first real attempt actually kind of knowing what I need to do at drawing dungeon maps, so hopefully they'll get better over time.
Yep.
But alright,
Good
you
start.
guys enter the mine over here.
Mhm.
And he kind of takes you in. Just sort of make your way all the way through the mine. This would have taken a whole lot longer if you hadn't rolled so very well on that. But you round this corner and then kind of come out into this larger cavern. This square section, kind of tunnel. Excuse me. It's just like, a small mining tunnel. And then eventually it opens out into this larger cavern. The kind of irregular walls. You can see that this is a natural cavern that their mining tunnel has made it into. Go ahead and roll me perception checks, everybody.
15.
23.
14.
Wow. He's really in tune with nature.
20.
All right. Well, all of you guys see on this wall down here, you see kind of a little pedestal staircase, which is this kind of arc shape, 2 steps up to a platform, and then on this bottom wall is just a giant carved stone door and a carved wall on either side of it. The cavern walls just kind of stop abruptly at this carved stone wall, but it does look like it's made of like gigantic blocks. So they kind of built it into this cavern.
Mm.
Or perhaps
Well-
the castle sunk into the swamp. No? Nobody?
There's like
Ah,
7
alright.
Hey.
on top of it. I was trying
Yeah,
to figure
yeah,
out how to get to
Yeah,
the joke
okay.
that I wanted to make,
Yeah,
but definitely got it.
okay. Just making sure.
It's just not
So-
here.
Remind me again the name of the foreman who's guiding us. So I can
Ooh,
address that.
McDougal.
McDougal.
McDougal, what can you tell us about this door? I thought you were mining silver and gold.
He looks at you and says, "That's the thing. That's what we are mining, but
Mhm.
this is what we ended up finding.
Okay.
We don't really know what to do with it, and that's one of the reasons I had sent for Griffin's help, is because, he's the kind of man who can get things done and knows people who know how to do things and know about crazy things like this. I'm just a miner.
So, okay. So your priority is to be able to get through this door. You want assistance to get through this door?
Honestly, I think our mining tunnel is probably going to go off, and he kind of points at one of the walls that way.
Ah, okay.
But Griffin, I knew that this would interest him, and some weird things had been happening since we found the door,
Do
found
tell.
this cavern.
Can I investigate the door and see if I recognize anything about it?
Yeah, I want to take a look at the door as well.
Yeah, why don't you
Alright.
touch
Yeah.
it all over? I'm gonna stand
Okay.
25 feet away.
Make me. Let's go with history checks. Anybody who's
Oh,
looking at the
20,
door.
critical success.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And I
Guy in
rolled
the
a dirty
woods got
20.
some books.
15 plus 5.
There are so many cave friends behind that door.
Hey, friends.
All right.
friends.
So, at least Cleet and Trixie. So Cleet, you remember hearing the goblins in your village or whatever it is. Underground.
Collection of huts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's-
They're
what does that
nomadic,
look
though.
like?
Encampment. Let's call it an encampment.
Okay, fair enough. In your encampment, around the fires at night, you remember hearing the old goblins tell stories about these taller, pale-skinned, pink-skinned beings with long beards that would build their houses into caves and hollow out mountains to make houses in a mountain
Are they taller than goblins?
called dwarves.
Yeah, I assume they're taller than goblins. Or maybe they're about the same size, but
I
height-wise.
think of one as being slightly taller than a goblin.
Well, hold on, because we can, at least D&D wise, we can
Hey,
we
this
can
is his
quantify
story.
that.
This is his story. He gets to choose reality.
Right.
Doesn't matter what's in the books.
The height part isn't important. These creatures with long beards that are much bigger, stouter, stronger than goblins. They used to carve and still do, and they carve their homes.
So it's
into
definitely
mountains.
dwarvish. Dwarvish.
Yes. You recall seeing pictures of, like drawings of, dwarven runes and things like that. I will hesitate to say in books because I'm not, complete read.
Drawings in
Most
dirt,
goblins
like
read.
around the campfire.
Yeah, sure. Really good ones because I assume at least one of those goblins can draw. I can.
Okay.
So.
Did my goblin elders teach me of anything about these? Like, are they dangerous? Are
Dwarves are a foot
they
taller.
dangerous? Should we stay away from them, or like go in there and I don't know? They're dangerous. So
They're not really dangerous unless you make them mad or like they're really drunk.
Yep.
Well, I guess you rolled so well. If you try and like get into their holds, like into their homes, sometimes they can be. Well, obviously they're gonna try and defend their homes, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
I just walk up to the door. I walk up to the
So-
door and I study it and look for any like mechanisms for it to open.
So before he goes touching anything, coming from a more learned background, i.e., not goblin fire storytelling,
Goblin school.
is there any like particular
I guess I asked McDougal, like, have you
mean,
tried
yeah.
to open it? Have you tried to go inside?
We can't seem to get it to open. It doesn't really
So-
seem to move it. Drawing a
I'm
very terrible.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain in character. Do I know of any, speak friend then enter type scenarios here for a dwarven door that I might know about?
Oh, is there writing on the
No.
walls or doors?
Do any of you speak or read
Not me.
Dwarvish?
No, but what I'm meaning is like, is what I'm looking for more of a like a generalized. Is this something typical of dwarven doors? Is this something that like, we should be looking to try and decipher, or is it like something completely outside the norm of the lore of the world?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know that oftentimes dwarven doors will have like they'll certainly be locked, whether that's a mechanical or magical. Just kind of depends.
Well, I'm gonna look at our resident mechanomage and say, could you get this open?
I'm only familiar with wooden and with metal objects. Don't know anything about stone walls and such. I'd be happy to bring out my cannon and just have at it. We
I
can
did
go all
not-
night.
Even with the boom tube, I did not expect Urki to be the one to just always say, "Cannon."
I haven't had a
But I
chance
love
to
it.
try it out.
It's awesome.
I mean, we could just have this flamethrower run all night. It'd be awesome.
Is the I forget if you already mentioned, is the door made of wood or is it made of stone?
It's
The
stone.
door is made of stone.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then fire probably isn't gonna work. But
Well,
if
the
you've got
question
anything
is,
more
do we
substantial,
want to
No, no.
do we
There's
want to
things
try
you
to
can do with
open
it.
this, or do we want to wait for the thieves first, set a trap for the thieves?
in before the thieves or the dwarves trying to prevent us from getting into it. Just saying.
Oh, I will add one thing that McDougal had said about what he had seen of the bandits is that they're all, appear to be humans or something like that.
Mhm.
Maybe an elf or something in the bunch, but they're all
Okay,
human-sized folk.
so not. Well, dwarves are 4 to 5 feet.
I say we wait. Wait
So-
for a saboteur to come and we see what they want to do with this door.
My suggestion would be to just put up defensive placements, like, I don't know, spikes, whatever, fence to seal it off. I guess we can try to trap them, if you like. The
I can
suggestion
grease
would
it.
be-
That's
Yeah.
new.
Well,
Why delay
Let's
the
go
inevitable?
full
Let's just
Scooby-Doo
blast
here.
it.
Grease at the entrance to the thing. Some sort of hook mechanism that picks them up. And
Can we
brings them down the
hang
tunnel.
paint cans from the ceiling and then have them trip a wire and then
does
they
anybody have mold earth? Does anyone have mold earth? That would be perfect.
Somewhere
I mean,
between
it'd
Home
be the
Alone and
best
Scooby-Doo.
nightmare ever.
Oh, here's a quick question. I saw this on a YouTube video a little while ago about a homebrew somebody uses for grease. Can grease be flammable?
You mean the grease spell?
Yes. The grease that is on the ground from the grease spell, if it's hit with a fire spell, could it be flammable?
All right, so
DM's discretion.
do
Yep.
you, Trixie, have any fire spells?
I do now.
Okay,
I got
because
fireballs.
I was gonna say if it's a tandem thing, like you work together with somebody else to do it, I'm totally fine with that. Now I have to decide if I want you to be able to do it by yourself.
I did take Firebolt before I saw the video, so it was
Yeah.
not intentional for that reason.
Totally fine. All right, you can do it. Roll the dice if you want.
All right. Should it come up, I'll need to figure out what the damage numbers on that would likely be.
I mean, I think it'd be the same as like burning oil.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
That,
so it's basically like when Sam did his flasks of oil
Right.
in the other season.
Right.
I hear
Perfect.
fire is a very effective weapon in confined spaces.
Yeah. In a mine. Let's roll a d20 to see if there are any sort of flammable gases in the air, and you all
Well,
die.
I have an idea. Is there
Yeah.
Well,
there's
at least it's not
is
a
there
coal
any
mine.
water in this space?
Because mop gas, that's a.
Is there any water in this space? Like I don't know, like a barrel of water.
Let's say one of the there's water out in like this area. Oh, I'm not pinging anymore. In this area.
Okay, up there.
Okay.
I would like to.
Follow-up
And let's
question
say
to that.
this wall is like kind of dripping. Like
Oh,
there's
okay.
water running down it.
I am going to do this without saying anything. I'm just gonna do it.
Well,
I'm gonna
okay,
use.
Well, I was gonna follow up.
I'm gonna
question.
use.
Go
I'm gonna use
ahead.
shape water, and take the water from the wall, and put it into the cracks of the door, and then freeze it, so it expands.
Wow.
Interesting.
So it breaks the. So it'll break the
So
stone.
where on the door are you?
Like the hinges. Like the hinges.
Put it-
On your
so
little drawing
this
of the
is like
door
the-
here.
The picture, terrible drawing.
Like the hinges.
Okay.
Like all the seams, right? Any gap,
Yeah.
you're putting water in, right?
All right. So you do that and then freeze it, and it kind of just pushes on. It pushes the door closer together here, like it would kind of like it would open inward.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing in the center then.
Okay. So roll me an investigation check.
Everyone?
No,
Just please.
8 total.
Oh wow.
I thought that
that's
was
real
I
bad.
thought that was a 1.
Okay, so you just start throwing it in there. I'm gonna say since you rolled so bad, you kind of ignore this mechanism or this large stone that appears to be kind of in the middle at like chest height.
Oh,
For
like the lock?
a yeah, almost like it would be a lock, but you have no.
Yeah, I don't know what a
idea
lock
clearly
is.
that
That's
that's
good.
what it is. All right. It kind of shifts the stones a little bit, but it doesn't actually open. Like they are clearly moving, but not in any way that opens the door itself. Anybody else wanna?
So
try
my
and
follow-up
help lead out
question.
here?
My follow-up question was going to be, is grease not water? Like, could you use shape water to shape the grease?
Grease is not water.
Yeah.
I gave you one. I'm,
so-
I'm not gonna just let you do anything with grease from now on. Turn that into the most OP spell ever.
So, I mean, one method is you can't burn rock generally, but what you can do is you can heat it up really hot, throw water on it to cool it down, and then to make it brittle, and then start beating on it. This will take a very long time.
Or you could just
But-
like look closer at it.
Well, so here, I mean, I'm gonna roll.
So,
I'm gonna roll an investigation check to
ugh.
see if I identify
Thank
the
you.
lock.
Yeah. I'm gonna assist.
Okay, that's a 23.
Okay, so on this little lock thing in the center, it's kind of shield shaped. You see some runes on it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna draw random shapes because runes, you know.
That's a typo.
There's a rune there.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume it's magical in nature of some sort. Like, I mean, it's a
Oh, I
rune.
forgot.
Do I roll Arcana?
Yeah, I learned detect magic, so I can do that.
All right. Fleet cast detect magic. I don't know what type it is, but yes, the lock does appear to be magical.
And that's it.
Hold on.
In this situation, you guys would actually have to like know Dwarven runic magic, and none of you were dwarves, so
Right.
So brute force approach.
someone could roll like a really nasty Arcana check, perhaps.
I mean, that was
Alright,
gonna
yeah.
be my next.
If that's an option, I will roll for it because I'm more comfortable because there was no trap that like
Yeah.
blew up. So
The dice game is falling over. It's a really janky setup. But that is a 26 for my Arcana
it.
check.
it's higher than my 22.
Okay, so this is a rune. You're not familiar with what it says or specific power of this rune, but you know it appears to be locking the door in a way that. Let's see how do I do this. If you could. Damn, I should have thought more of this well ahead. You might just be able to break it.
Okay.
It's kind of just like a sealing rune. From what
Oh.
you can tell from it magically.
Just gotta break the seal.
Like a sealing
Everyone
spell.
attack it!
Yeah.
Hold
Strongest.
On, hold on.
Veritas, get in there.
Who can we borrow a pickaxe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Also have a light hammer and
Duval
crowbar.
walks his
In-
way
in-
back out the tunnel over to right here, where we have this very characterful pickaxe on the map.
Nice.
And brings it over to you, and he holds it out.
Okay. Interestingly enough, Trixie I think has the most strength out of anybody in the party.
It's,
Really?
I have
Even more than
14.
Veracruz?
Yeah, Veracruz only has 12.
it's more Dexy, right? Yeah. It's got a rapier,
Okay.
Dex based.
Yeah, I like to think that Trixie couldn't afford a horse, so she was pulling her cart herself, which is why she has such high strength.
Just monster quads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Much.
Beefy as all
Put your
hell.
back
in that
into it.
reformer road.
Yep.
Alright, so you physically bash at it.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll anything for it, or?
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Okay. That's going to be. Hold on. What is that using? Alright, I'm gonna go with just using it as if it were an unarmed strike, so it'll be a +4.
Well, it would be like
So-
improvised weapon,
Yeah,
but +4 is fine.
yeah. So that'll be a 17. I
Nothing
figure it.
happens.
I
mean,
figure it
you
can't
bash
be
against
worse.
it.
Good.
Yeah, you smack it. It maybe makes a little scuff mark on the stone, but nothing happens.
Let's go again.
got all day.
Yeah.
That's true. It's still early in the day.
Can
Oh,
we,
that's no bueno. That's
All right.
That's a 13.
So you kind of keep bashing on it, and it scuffs the stone a little bit, but nothing really happens. Yeah, you're just hitting a stone with a pickaxe. How long do you want to go at it?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm so done. I'm going to burn a
Yeah.
first level spell slot just for funsies. I'm gonna cast Jim's magic missile at it. I just
Yep.
really want to use this spell.
I'm not familiar with Jim's magic missile
Sounds like a
being in the
spell
PHB
You
or
get
any other book.
on the
it's-
Do
side
tell.
of the road,
It's in
like a creepy bar name. Welcome to Jim's Magic Missile.
so it's it's in the Acquisitions Incorporated book.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's Jim Dark
Echo
Magic is the creator of this spell. So
Gotcha.
let me read the description. Any apprenticed wizard can cast a boring old magic missile. Sure, it always strikes its target. Yawn. Do away with the drudgery of your grandfather's magic with this improved version of the spell, and as used by Jim Dark Magic. You create 3 twisting, whirling, hypoallergenic, gluten-free darts of magical force. Each dart targets a creature of your choice that you can see within range. Make a ranged spell attack for each missile. On a hit, a missile deals 2d4 force damage to its target. If the attack roll scores a critical hit, the target of the missile takes 5d4 force damage instead of you rolling damage twice for a critical hit. If the attack roll for any missile is a 1, all missiles miss their target and blow up in your face, dealing 1 force damage per missile to me.
I like it.
That's why
Go
I'm,
for it.
exploding in my face was mentioned. Because it has a very real possibility. All right, so attack roll number 1.
Wait, are you telling us about like potential for exploding?
No.
Okay.
I am just casting this because I am now frustrated with this lock.
Got it.
So that is going to be a 22.
Okay. That's a hit.
That is going to be a 25. And that is going to be a 18.
Okay. So let's just say you hit it, and what is it?
2d4 force
2d4?
damage. So I'm gonna
All right.
roll 64.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's see. We've got 8, 10,
All right, you made it.
14,
Spoiler
16,
alert, you got there.
18. Okay.
All right, so you hit it with magic. This little kind of burst of energy comes out of it. And how close are you standing?
I'm standing far enough away to where as the missiles fly, they can spell out the great and powerful Trixie in flight. So I'm going to go with like 20 feet away at least.
I'm not even gonna bother asking how that works. We'll just say it's part of your normal performance. So you've practiced it a lot. All right, but you hit the door, and it kind of this little burst of energy kind of pops on it. Little glowy lights kind of spray out from it, but you hear this kind of grating sound, and the shield bit in the middle with the rune on it kind of shifts over to the right side, and then both doors push into the wall, like push away from you guys, and then they, spread apart and recede into the walls like elevator doors. And in front of you, where did you go, Roll20? You see a new room, and I do apologize, the other one was upside down, so this will be kind of... So you came in from over here, obviously. But you now see this room.
Is that like an is that an avocado slice?
Go find some friends.
Turkey, yeah.
Wait, go find some friends.
At the top,
I see a horseshoe and I see half of an avocado.
Tent long
good
avocado.
times. All right, so you guys go in and you see a tiled floor with an insignia in the center, kind of a big mosaic tile thing of a horseshoe in the middle of the floor. Then you see two large statues up on little pedestals, and then some stairs up to this large carved stone. It's kind of sitting on the floor. It's maybe 15 feet tall, and it has on the front of it something that it's another stone that's kind of stuck to this large stone, to the front facing of it, that's sort of flat. And Urki, you only really recognize it as like a dial.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
And there are these
I
kind
mean,
of
I was going to
four...
say it's a dial, but I'll believe that Urki would be the only one to actually recognize it as a dial.
Yeah, I mean, unless the rest of you guys want to make like perception checks or investigation checks and roll.
I'd like to take a closer look at the armor, and I've heard stories of animated armor and stuff like that, so...
It's almost like
I'm just gonna take a closer
it's almost
look
like
at the armor.
they're guarding a hold. Maybe a hold guardian.
That's absurd. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to poke at the armor. Poke at it, like poke the head. See if I can remove the helmet.
So it's all one carved. Well, maybe not.
It's carved,
but it's all a carved stone statue.
It's carved stone. Okay, got it. And
where are you guys?
No effect.
Exactly. I guess I should put like tokens.
Yeah, just copy paste them from the other sheet that we did, so we can control them. The one with the standing stones.
Yeah, I gotcha. Or is that? That was Joey. Copy. Paste. All right, can you guys still control the proper tokens? All right. So from here, where do you guys decide to go?
So I was standing back here from the door to ensure that my full name could be spelled out before the missile struck.
I'm
The
going
great
to...
and powerful Trixie.
So you need a lot of room because it's long. I get it.
I'm on the wrong side, so it's gibberish to me.
I'll
That's the magic of it. It doesn't matter which side you're on; it still reads the same.
Yeah.
Don't ask how that works. It's magic.
Of course.
I ain't gotta explain shit.
I'm going with Varikas.
That's exactly the
I'm just walking right into the room, and I'm going and standing on the horseshoe and looking at it.
I'm gonna peer in from the door, see what happens.
I'll move up to right beside Urki, and we'll We'll stand behind the taller folk.
I'm gonna advance near Cleet and just gonna keep my eyes peeled, looking at the walls in the back of the room to make sure nothing untoward happens.
Okay, so as you guys come in, you kind of hear this rasping sound,
Hmm?
and this of stone grating on stone,
Oh,
and this
shit.
large statue,
No.
which is holding a giant hammer in both of its hands, kind of holds it out with one hand and points it at Vericus and Cleet and says, "What do you want?"
Avocado toast.
We were curious about the giant avocado slice you have on the back wall there. Where did you get such a large avocado?
Is that what you're
Oh,
going
I'm
with?
gonna,
Yes.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say,
I'll give you another shot at that.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not going with that.
oh,
I'll let Cleet say what it is in this.
I say,
Oh, yes. The eloquent
oh
one.
great, oh
Great.
great, fat goblins. We have come to defend
that's
your
gonna go down well.
hold. Goblins cower before you. What can we do to serve the fat goblins?
Roll me a persuasion check.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
+0. Here
Well,
we go.
they are stone
We'll just,
constructs.
we'll just call it
That's an
a
18.
raptor.
That's an 18.
Hey.
Wow.
Nice. That's solid.
18.
It was all in the hand movements. It was all in the hand
All right.
movements.
He puts his hammer back in both hands and says, "Oh, you want to defend the hold too?" And then the other one, on the other side, looks over, turns its head, and says, "Are you kidding me?
Abbott and Costello of
That-
Old Guardians.
Was all it took to convince you?"
This has all the markings of an old married couple.
The Odd Couple.
I know it. Well, they've probably been here for a while.
Right. It makes sense. It's funny.
I say, oh, fat goblins. Oh, fat goblins. What are you guarding? If it is precious enough, we will guard it too.
So, the one in front of you to the left that spoke first says, "See, they're here to help." And then the one on the right that spoke second just turns to it again and says, "You are an idiot. Do your job." And then the first one that spoke just kind of shrugs, and they both kind of pick up their weapons and start taking. They lift up a foot and start taking steps. So, shit, did I make tokens for these guys? Well, I'm figuring that out. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative?
No.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'd like to note we can probably outrun them.
Yes, but we can't close the door behind us. We destroyed the lock. Or at least I assume we destroyed the lock. Alright, I'm gonna go with
Oof, oof. That's a mighty
Yeah, roll
eight.
a 7.
it's a 12.
– 13.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Need an initiative tracker and all that cool stuff. Veracus, what'd you get?
13.
13. Turkey,
8.
8. Well done. Trixie,
12.
12. Fleet,
7. Are you adding them to the turn order? Because I can't see them on my end.
yes.
Well.
Here, we just clear it. Start over.
There we go. Now I can see them.
Turn. Turn. All right. So one more time, guys. Veracus was at 13.
Yes, 13.
13. Oh, okay. I didn't hit enter afterwards.
7.
Cleat.
I
Turkey.
beat someone. Awesome. 8.
8.
Ah.
12. Is-
Opal has a 9.
Oh,
Do
right.
you want to just create a generic
I mean,
cat
Protect,
token?
protect the cat.
Yeah. And then just know that she goes right after you. So,
Oh, well, I was going to say, if you
Perfect.
could just, like, I don't know if you can create just a random token and give me control over it and then add it to the list, because that way we can just use that moving forward.
Yeah.
yes, I could do that. It might take me a second.
I mean, it could be like a blue dot. It could be anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, just like draw,
Ideally to cap.
draw a shape. Like, just draw a circle, if you don't mind, Trixie, so that you will have control of it. Does that work?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Finding the right page in the monster manual. Okay. All right. So. I'm going to use this token that is 100% not what we're looking at for this thing, since I did not make one.
It's fine.
All good.
Nice.
But it is a large dwarvish statue.
With a hammer.
Yes, so the one over here has one really big hammer, and the one over here has two smaller hammers. And
Ah, it's a blue dot. Nice.
ask and ye shall receive. And
Yep.
I'm gonna add turns.
Oh, I didn't realize it matches the.
Or
Wait,
this dude got a 7.
surprised he didn't opt for purple.
Why? Trixie's colors are actually mainly blue. She just has a purple hat and
Okay.
cape with blue and yellow stars and other.
Glad we're on brand.
Oh.
Okay, so this one over here is got a 17, and he looks at the other one and says, "I always wanted to try this." Then he runs over here. Well, I mean, I should say run. Takes large steps and manages to get there in 6 seconds. And I should have somehow come up with a mechanic for this, but he moves the dial to this notch, so over 1.
Okay. Oh, that works.
You could create a a shape on it that you can then move around to discern which notch it's currently on.
Can I do that with this thing that I drew? I don't think I can. Draw shape.
I mean, it's fine. I think you can just move that thing onto whatever line, and
Yeah,
that's
I'll do
good
that
enough.
while you guys are doing your turns. So
Anything happen when you move the notch? The
I'm
dial?
half expecting
Um,
time to slow down or some bullshit like that.
roll me perception checks, everybody. I'll let you go ahead and do that
Damn it.
out of initiative order.
15 for me.
10.
12. This
4.
perception check wouldn't happen to involve smell, would it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just cleared the drawings, Trixie, and deleted your token. That's my
Well,
bad.
The cat has a thing for disappearing at times, so
Such an asshole.
you know.
Sorry, Cleet.
It's dead again.
No! Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. There we go. All right, so it's here on the second from the right notch. And yes, Farragus, it is your turn. Go nuts.
I mean, do you think they're attacking us aggressively, or are they just kind of like doing some kind of automated thing we can just like bail out of here?
Poke him with your sword
How
and find
threatening
out.
would feel right now?
So this one is stepping towards in the direction of Cleet. It's like mid first step.
Hmm. I think I might advance and just kind of like stare menacingly at the dwarf, like my weapon out, but not like
Action you can take called like
attacking him
defend
directly.
or
So for the record, these are like 15-foot tall dwarf statues.
Yeah, it's kind of intimidating.
I mean, you can still try and stare him down intimidatingly. Just know that that's what you're staring down.
Alright, well then, firebolt it is. And I rolled a 16 to hit.
What's
Uh,
an AC?
that hits.
And
Nice.
6 damage.
Okay.
Fire damage.
Yeah, fire damage over here.
Nope. Turns out, does not.
Good. Use fire.
Alright, and I'm just gonna hang out there.
I'm sorry, how much damage did you say you did?
6.
Okay. All right, and is that your full turn?
Yes.
Okay. Trixie.
That area is now greased.
Okay. So, because they're moving so slowly, and they're just kind of planted right now, I will have them.
Well, nobody's in it right
Make-
now.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't even see where your square was. Gotcha. Noted.
I can, so let's do this. Now it's really easy to see where the square is.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Okay, and then is that your turn?
That will be my turn. Yes.
Okay. Turkey.
Hold on. That was my turn.
All right,
Opal.
right.
I have a cat that can also 40 feet. Okay. Looks like we need to go. Bubble's gonna move over there. And that will be Opal's turn. And with that, I am going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Turkey.
Alright. Taking action. Deploying the Eldritch Cannon. As a bonus action, I'm going to activate it to attack. Targeting that one. The grumpy one. Force Ballista. Range attack. I'm not sure. I forget. Range attack. Oh, I guess. All right, whatever. It'd be the same as the firebolt one. So 24.
Okay, well, that definitely hits.
Yep. All right. So that 24 hits, and then it's gonna do 2d8 damage, which is 9, and that is the end of my turn.
On to Keat.
Well, I'm not necessarily convinced these are enemies. The guy with the hammer is the one at the dial. I'm gonna cast. Is he a humanoid?
Yeah, so he's a dwarven statue.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Oh, I'm sorry. In terms of like categories, that's my bad. No, he's not. He would be a construct.
And I will cast Shillelagh on myself.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't understand quite what you meant. He's very humanoid. He's a dwarf. But yeah. Construct.
I'm gonna swing on the big guy.
Okay.
That's a 21.
21 hits.
Damage, yes. 12.
How many? Okay. Got it. Okay. Now, it is Grumpy Boy's turn here. He is going to right here, and he is going to swing on Barricus with both hands. That is a 17.
That's a miss.
Okay, and then the other one's like 9 or something. So, alright, apparently he misses Veracus with both attacks. Go to the other dude. Wields his monster hammer above his head and tries to bring it down on
Oh
his
jeez,
noggin.
don't hit me.
That's a 19.
Hits.
Okay. And he does. Getting the right dice here. Does 14 damage.
That's just bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage, yes. Sorry.
Ouch.
So now, after he goes, you start to see the doors slowly closing. You know, they're moving at like a snail's pace. But you
Oh, no.
imagine that in not too long, they're going to be closed. Maybe a couple rounds. By your estimate.
Dials closing.
What was that? Sorry, cut out.
The dials closing.
The dial is causing. He's asking to verify that the dial
Yeah,
is
like
causing
it's-
the doors
yeah.
to close.
Oh, okay.
I think.
It does not seem to have started at the moment that the dial was moved. It's just started.
Okay. So it's unclear if it's directly connected, but
Yeah.
it is in that sequence of events. Cool. Who's next?
That would be Veracus.
Well, they seem friendly, so I guess we should probably just talk to them more.
Hug it out.
Hey, bro, what's up?
With my rapier.
Are you beefing?
Come on, cave friends. Don't be like that. Alright,
Yeah,
attacking with
I
my
don't think
sword.
You've used the phrase cave friends yet, have you?
No.
That might work.
Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
And I will use my lucky ability and roll again. Does a 13 hit?
It does not. Unlucky, champ.
That's all I got then.
Okay. Trixie.
All right. So I'll believe that one didn't walk into the grease.
I very specifically moved him around. Said grease. Not that big. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's gonna be Jim's magic missile
Yeah.
again. So I think I'm going to cast it at the second level. Why is my mouse freaking out? Which is going to add one more dart.
Okay.
So that'll be 4 total darts. We will go with 2 at the one near the dial, and 2 at the one in the center of the room.
Okay. Which one are you doing first?
Let's go with dial first. Although I have to roll all 4, because if I roll a 1, then none of them hit, and I take 4 damage. Alright. That is going to be a 16.
Okay, that hits.
Right. 14.
That does not hit.
Okay, so 1 will hit the one near the dial.
Okay.
That's going to be 19.
What was the natural roll on that one?
12.
Okay. That does hit. Yeah, 19 hits for
13. So doesn't hit.
Yes. All right. So you got 1 hit on each.
Okay. So
Damage for
these
the
two.
guy
So
by the dial.
by the dial we have that one rolled outside, but I'm just gonna pick it up and put it in. Oh, wow, that's max damage. That's 8 damage
Okay.
to him, and it's force damage. I don't know if that necessarily matters, but
No, does not.
okay. All right, and then one at the center of the room. That's 3 damage.
And is that is your turn? Is Opalescence doing anything?
Yes. Come on. Want to move the. Come on. Move the dot. Why can't I move the dot?
Where do you want the dot?
Yeah,
Bro can move it.
I can move it.
Oh no! Here, I got
So-
it. I got it. Move the dot right here. So we can get some help action going on with that one.
Indeed. Okay. And that's Opalescence's turn.
Yep.
Turkey.
I'm gonna yell at them to disengage and get your asses out of there. The doors are closing. And so for bonus action, I'm gonna move this little guy open. Target same one there. And we are gonna do. Oops. Critical hit. So
Definitely
what was
hits.
we were doing? We were doing max dice and then
Max dice
something?
plus a dice roll.
Yeah.
What?
So max dice plus a dice roll.
Yeah, so you still
Max
roll it,
dice.
but the extra dice that you normally roll counts as being a max.
Yeah.
So that's just the opposite. of
So
what
it's because it's 2d8 damage. So I'm a little unclear. So is it like 60
Plus-
damage plus a d8?
Yes.
Plus 2d8.
Well, no.
Plus
If it's
2d8.
if it's 2d8 damage, then it's 16 plus 2 additional d8.
Oh, okay.
So a roll and then
Got it.
max. Yeah.
Or well, so hold on. Your normal damage is 2d8 damage.
correct.
Yeah. Then it's 16
Okay.
plus.
So I rolled a 6, and so that plus 16, so that's 22 damage.
Okay.
That is my bonus action.
Wait, on which one?
And
This one.
what? Correct. The one that's closest, and the one original shot. The one with the 2 small hammers, and one that's more inclined to hurt us. Using my crossbow for my action. 13.
That misses.
Alright.
Help.
Does that work on
Uh,
ranged attack?
So
I would suspect it does. I don't think there's any stipulation on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's basically you're flanking, so you would have advantage.
distracting. So, all right. Well, that's a 10 on
Okay.
advantage, and then rolling damage.
And just out of curiosity, what was the natural roll for the 19? Yeah.
Let me check the log. Oh, the natural roll for the 19 was a. Oh, damn it. What? I clicked on it, then it like just disappeared.
Okay. But there is
so,
a modifier, right?
correct. It's a 14 plus. It's 14 plus 5.
Gotcha. That hits.
So, and then that's 5 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That one is
The-
taking a total of 27 damage from me this turn. Or
Nicely done.
me and my
the
ass.
stipulation on the help action for attacks is that you have to be within 5 feet of the creature being attacked. Does not stipulate where
Yeah.
the attacker has to be.
Right.
So
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You get it to turn, its shield is not facing towards me, and
It's
so it's more vulnerable to attack.
Previously engaged and therefore not paying attention to what's coming.
And
Right.
I yell again,
Makes
get your
sense.
asses out of there. We're
So-
not gonna stay locked in with you. So you're
So
on
the-
your own.
The doors are. So did I miss something? Are the doors
Yeah.
actually like closing?
Slowly.
Yes.
Yeah, they're closing
It's-
very slowly.
It's somewhat
now.
significant information.
Got it. Yes, that is significant information.
All right, that brings us to Cleet's turn.
Yep, I'm gonna use the disengage action. I'm gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there.
Now, if you use disengage, does it not?
Yeah.
No.
provoke?
Correct.
Yeah,
It
it,
takes my
it
whole
doesn't
action,
provoke
but
an
that's-
opportunity attack.
That's what disengage does. Okay.
So it's like retreating warily and not like just turn your back and flee.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get
And
run over.
with my while I'm running by, I tap Barikas on the shoulder to cast guidance on him.
Oh, nice.
No.
So you're
Nice.
basically
I can
inspired
see.
to get an additional D4 to your ability checks.
Well, if he knows what's good for him, he should disengage too.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Okay, that's my turn.
This is gonna be great.
Okay. So now it is this guy's turn. The two-handed or two one-handed weapon as he is going to swing on Varicus with both. That's a 13 and a 19.
I cast shield myself as a reaction, which gives my AC now is 23, so he misses.
Okay.
Nice.
Shield's pretty good.
Right. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that's
take
his
the better
turn.
one at my next level up.
Oh, the improved
Silvery Barbs that just released with the Strixhaven source book
All right. The other
is pretty
one
ridiculous.
is going to.
It's available. I purchased it. So you guys
Generally
can look at it.
speaking, you should discuss supplements with the DM so they are aware of these possibilities.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but it's all good. So
But until
first-
then, use it as much as possible.
Right, exactly. So this guy, before he moves, he is going to use a free action to interact with an object and dial another slot over. He's going to 5, and he's going to attack Varicus.
Oh, and that's advantage.
Oh no.
That's
no.
advantage.
Can he manipulate an object and also
Yeah,
do
it's
an
a free
attack
action.
in the same turn?
Interact with
Do
an
you-
object is a
Do you
free
get that AC bonus until your next turn?
Yes, until the beginning of his next turn. So his AC
Oh,
is
thank
23.
God.
Well, to be fair, he rolled a 10 and an 11, so that's a 14 and a 15. So don't worry about it. I don't think either
Nice.
of those hit you. Tanking 2 hold guardians
Perfect.
right now, like a boss.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that the opening of the actual door, get my little drawing tool here, is from here to here when it's fully open. It is now like halfway closed. So the door is closed like so. So
stuff.
almost as if it's going a square per round.
Okay.
Like
so Varicus
full,
can
full
disengage.
combat round.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna disengage and bolt out of there. Can I disengage?
If you
With the
take
way
the
they're
disengage
stacked.
action, you don't take an opportunity attack when
From
you move
anyone.
out of, from anyone.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Yeah, that would suck. You get swarms like, well, too bad. No way you can get out of like through the gauntlet.
still got 41 health, so I'm not.
We should push someone in, like use Thunder Wave, just like.
Um,
Oh, I guess by that point, only Cleet will have a turn with him and after you. So if you push him back, he's probably dead.
I have faith in him. He can make friends.
All right. Yeah, it's Eric is he's already at the end.
savage.
I guess it would be.
Yep, that's as far as I can move.
Okay, Trixie.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah,
I can't dash if I did
No,
it.
that's
No,
that's
that takes
okay.
your action.
Yeah.
That was the other character. Never mind.
You got a free
Okay.
dash.
Cunning action.
I'm gonna delay my action until Opal moves. So Opal's gonna take the disengage action and move to right about here,
Alright.
and then I'm gonna move.
Okay. And I think
And I'm
actually
gonna run in.
Opalescence rolled higher than you should have. So she would be.
No, I rolled 12. She rolled 9.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So then I'm gonna move up here, pick up Opalescence, and then just for shits and grins, because I can do it, I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the grease to light it on fire, and then I'm gonna Misty Step back outside the doors.
Fair enough. It is now on fire.
Be very dead if he's stuck in there now. Smoke not so good in confined spaces.
I like the flames. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice.
I worked super hard on drawing an art clearly.
I made it red.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's it? All right.
It's on fire.
So me now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Cool. Exact same thing. We'll do our bonus action to shoot. That is an 8. That is a failure. Main action using crossbow. That is an 11. That is also a failure. That is the end of my turn.
Wow. Okay.
Damn it.
Cleet.
Oh, is there
Combat
anything I
stress.
want to do
It
as I
happens.
get out of here?
Technically, that's a grease fire. If you could shape water to put water on the
To
grease
spread it.
fire.
Explodes. I don't think there's any water around though.
Now there's your combo attack.
Use mage hand to like scoop up some grease and throw it at somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out 1, 2, 3. There.
That would constitute an attack, and so Mage Hand wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, I should have held my action, then do Thunder Wave. That would have been perfect.
That would have been pretty sweet.
Drop guidance. So you no longer have guidance, Barikas. And I'm gonna cast Spike Growth.
Oh.
Nice. Cast it so it touches the flame
And
grease.
it's 20 foot radius, right?
Flaming greasy spikes.
20 foot radius.
Yep, it
Wait.
is.
So it's huge.
It's like the room,
Yeah.
practically.
So it's 4.
8 by 8 square,
Looks like that.
missing the corners.
Like that big. Oops.
Yep. Yep, it's that big, but I hope
No,
that's
no,
not where you're
not putting
placing
it
it.
Good.
Perfect.
Your little contraption's gonna take it, but that's fine.
Only if it moves.
Well, that spike growth is rapidly gonna catch on fire, so
Flaming spikes.
It's fine. It's metal.
All right, there you go. That's
Flaming
doors
Turn.
will be-
spikes.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Creative solutions for you guys.
That looks like it could use some flex tape, because that's a lot of damage. We got there, guys.
All right, we're done. Binding roll is over. We made the flex seal joke, flex tape joke. That was what we were going for this whole time.
It's done. We can close this up with a ribbon.
All right. So it is this guy's. So he is going to. So you guys are all outside of the door frame, right? Other than the
Yeah.
cannon.
Arguably, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the intention. We'll say that you're right on the other side of the where the doors would be, and they are getting to the point where you could just kind of get through if you want to. And this guy is going to. Sorry, he's not actually moving. He's going to throw one of his hammers
I'm
at
glad to tell people in front of me.
right,
Yep.
and
I'm not a
it's
viable
going
target.
to hit.
Opal's still taking the help action, by the way.
Does that do
That-
anything in terms of like taking damage?
Well,
This,
I
no, it doesn't.
mean,
No,
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
not really.
All right. So Barracus, that's a. What do you add for thrown weapons?
If Opal
Is
was
that
still
dex?
there,
Use
it would have caused
dex. Use
disadvantage
dex.
because it's a
Okay, so that's
Dexterity.
a 17. All right, you
It's a
dodge
miss.
this giant hammer flying past you, and luckily Erky behind you is short enough that it goes right over her head. And it is the other one's turn. It's just going to stay where it's at, I think, because it sees that the doors are closing and that there's not really anything to be worried about at the moment. So-
Inflammable means flammable? What a country. Sorry.
Yeah, so are the spikes flammable?
Yeah, yes, they are. At least historically speaking, they have been in this in this continuity.
Hard
Well, then
spikes
never mind.
and
We're gonna
thorns.
move these guys back to their original places. So that's 10
So
feet
for-
for this
How many?
guy.
How many feet did he
Okay.
travel?
What's the
But-
damage on that?
10. So
10.
that's
Two.
4d4.
It's here. 2.
He
Okay.
takes 13 damage.
Okay. And this guy is gonna move 2, 3
15 feet.
squares.
That's 64.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ta-da.
That is 14 damage.
Okay.
Can we lure the bandits inside this place and unlock the doors?
It's still an option.
Have to try to open the doors again. All right. So
Okay, so your spike growth is concentration.
Yes, it is.
So Grease is not concentration.
but it's only 1 minute. 10 minutes.
Right.
So, yep, gonna move down the steps, move a little bit farther away from the door. I can still take pot shots at these guys.
So is the door still
Until I
closing or is it
Can no
stopped?
longer see my.
It is closing. You
It
can
stops
just
on
kind
you.
of see through it. Well, let's see. Do you guys, any of you guys have the intention of going back through into the room or anything?
Who wants to involuntarily go into a room?
Well, if you're asking them, then it's not involuntary.
Yeah. There's as funny as it would be. There's no reason to try to kill my comrades at this point in time.
All right. So let's say that the doors are basically closed. Is the boom tube still in there?
Boom tube staying in there.
Okay.
Gonna provide security. Cover a retreat.
Fair enough. Will it be continuing to shoot at the statues?
I think I have to have line of sight of it. So once I lose line of sight of it, I can't like remote control it anymore.
Okay. Fair enough. So.
Yeah. So you can
As-
you can consider it as just gone now.
Okay, fair enough. So basically, as the door is maybe 6 inches from being closed, you see a bright flash in the middle of the room. And you see our old buddy,
Oh no.
Frog Guy, on his floating lily pad, floating above the spikes, appear in this room. And he
Huh.
just kind of points at
Is he-
you and kind of does his Jabba the Hutt laugh. And then as you see the doors finally closing, you can just see him turn around towards the statues, which are kind of wielding their weapons again, and he charges up his staff, a little flame whip, fireball whip thing, like you guys saw on the ship.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And
Is he
as
taking smoke inhalation damage? How tall was the room?
I mean, it's a pretty big, high-ceilinged room, like, you know,
Okay, so
30,
probably
40
not
feet.
taking
Yeah.
probably not taking smoke inhalation yet,
pretty large.
but eventually it will fill up with smoke.
Any opportunity for last shots? An action as the door is closing, or it's pretty much
No. Let's
no. Okay, we'll keep it simple.
Yeah, it's not like attacking you or anything, but you can tell that there's
Okay,
about
so
to be
so
an
the last
exit.
time he charged his staff like this, he literally blew the whole. He ripped a ship in half. So I'm a little afraid what he's gonna do.
Okay.
with this.
All right, so good time to run. Yeah, I could use I could use some fresh air. Who wants some fresh air?
Yeah,
It was
I
getting
guess
a little smoky in there.
we're probably out of initiative
I don't know
now.
where that came from.
I got a hankery for some beans.
You hear some thudding and some potential explosion sounds from inside. Some maybe dust falls from the ceiling of the tunnel that you're in.
Nope, nope, nope.
But the doors are firmly
GG.
sealed, and the room that was there is still intact, or intact
Huh.
again, I guess I should say. But let's say before it was glowing, and now it's not glowing anymore. But
Oh.
it does kind of all click back into place. The door is closed.
So it looks as if the same as when we found it, basically.
No, so I'm gonna retcon and say that it was glowing before,
Okay. What?
or kind
Which
of
really begs the
dimly
question
glowing.
how we missed it.
Let's say it was faintly glowing,
Nice.
very very faintly glowing.
And the
Um,
detect,
but
the
it's not
detect
glowing
magic
anymore.
made us more aware of it.
Oh, hold on. No, I don't want to do it.
Good.
I was gonna ask if I could take one last action before the doors fully close, but
Yeah, I think Ricky already tried that. He basically just said no.
Yep.
This is playing out before you, and there's not really anything you can do about the fight that's about to go on in there.
Yep.
I just wanted to put the fire out.
The oil will disappear in a minute, right?
It would
It'll go. Yeah. It will burn
Right.
itself out.
right, but I could blind.
He's about to
everybody
make a
within
bunch of
10
his
feet.
own fire.
Oh,
That's true.
okay. I was gonna say, like, I could blind everybody within 10 feet of that grease fire.
Blind fighting the blind.
Yeah,
Okay. You have fun with that. I'm getting out of the cave.
I'm ahead of you.
All right.
All right.
I'm in
so
front of you.
let's say McDougal's right outside the cave, just kind of waiting for you guys, seeing, smoking his pipe, letting you guys do your recon. But when you come out the entrance of the tunnel, he looks. You see him sort of peek his head into the cave entrance, and because he's hearing explosions and things like that. The ground rumbling a little bit, and he says, "Oh, what's going on in there? What happened?" Good answer.
I said
Just-
the fat
just
dwarves are
normal
coming. The fat
fun
dwarves are
sounds.
coming. Or the fat
So,
goblins.
say-
Fat goblin.
Was able to.
Yeah.
We're able to open the doors on some stone constructs that were defending it, and we ran away from them because the doors were closing. And a giant frog that we is the reason why we got marooned. That who destroyed our ship just popped out of nothing.
We know
There?
each other. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
much.
he's the one that's causing all the booming. I wouldn't go in there for a while.
He says,
I wouldn't go in there ever, but that's
Interesting.
just me.
So you hear more kind of shuddering and feel some kind of quaking from the ground, earthquake style. And so kind of this plume of mist or plume of dust sort of makes its way out of the mine entrance. And McDougal's eyes go wide, and he's like, "No, this is my whole life in this place," and he runs into
Oh
the
no.
mine,
McDougal.
down the cavern,
Oh no!
and
Don't do that.
a few minutes later, is anybody following him in?
Nope.
No.
I kind of want to. I kind of want
Fair
to.
enough.
I feel bad for McDougal.
Not go for it.
That's your
Go
prerogative.
make a new friend.
If the ceiling starts coming down, I still have a Misty Step available. I'm GTFOing 30 feet outside the cave.
All right. You.
I'm,
I'm gonna stay
I don't
outside.
run into
Yeah.
Who wants to
I don't
break the
run into
ledge?
the mine, but I
It's about
definitely
time now,
try
right?
to grapple McDougal and restrain him.
All right.
So like an attack of opportunity.
He's a big dude.
As he
He breaks from your grapple and runs into the mine. But, just a few minutes later, shortly after that, you see him come back out, just kind of downtrodden. And he says, "Oh, everything on that, where the wall was, where the door was on that side of the cavern has caved in. We're either gonna have to start all over from there, or maybe we'll just go a different direction. But I don't think anything's coming out of that room and from that door and anytime soon."
So the door is now blocked by rope.
Basically.
Okay.
So let's
Good.
say
That will let me
drawing
sleep better at night.
Yeah.
That door is blocked. Do the doors open in or out?
They slide like elevator doors.
They
kind
should.
of they were like elevator doors. So it's kind of all this is just debris.
Okay. Cool. The more the better.
Big rocks. Big ass rocks. Big pile. As you can see. My expert depiction of that.
Just describe the area outside the cave fence? Is there greenery around, place to hide, or secretly observe the entrance? Something along those lines?
So there are trees, kind of. So there's like the actual entrance to the mine right here is on kind of a landing, sort of a platform that they flattened out at the entrance, and then you have but you're sort of on the slope of the mountain. But then there's kind of a path down this way, down towards the camp, and let's say that there are like little bunches of trees on one side or the other of just growing from the slope on one side or the other of kind of landing there. So this is all on a slope. These trees are growing on the slope of the mountain, but they are kind of, you can see the landing that you guys are on right now from there.
Okay. So, I mean, thinking a way of just setting up an ambush for the people coming. Set up a big barricade that I can shoot through, and so can my force thingy, and then other people coming behind. Get him a pincer attack. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sure. Are we are we chopping down trees and building this?
Well, we got McDougal. Can you provide some help for your teams to just help us get some timber for us to set up a ambush?
Let's say that there's a pile of timbers kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
right outside the mine entrance.
Need them
They-
to expand the mind, right?
Yeah,
So,
like putting up
Okay.
these little supports in the mining tunnel. So, if you want to just kind of move that pile of wood over, or set it up however you like, you can go ahead and do that.
okay. I'm a little leery of sort of locking myself into this place.
I mean, you don't have to
But,
like block the entire entrance, but if you want
I
to
suppose.
put a couple across, you could like jump over it if you want, or even put them like here, so there's gaps on either side.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it just need enough to slow people down. Oh, I got a bunch of ball bearings. Great.
Nailed it. Perfect.
Is the floor solid? Ish.
It's like packed dirt. I wouldn't say that ball bearings would be the most effective thing. Like,
Okay.
what happens when you throw ball bearings on top of gravel and dirt?
That's cool. The caltrops.
That would be the
That'll be
way to
good.
go.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Cool. Okie doke. So my plan is to wait in here and set up an ambush, and then yeah, other people come in behind the people who are coming to attack. Because I can't exactly one person this sort of thing. Anyone want to be inside, behind the barrier?
I'm gonna be inside behind the barrier,
Cool.
but I'm gonna spend an hour right now changing Opal into an owl,
Ooh,
so that we
fancy
have
pants.
so that I have eyes outside of the barrier, so I can see when things are coming.
Do I witness
because
it
it's an owl.
transforming into an owl?
Ah, nice.
You witness it disappearing, and then an owl appears.
So, real fast as you guys are strategizing your setup for this, I am going to be right back. Just going to
Yep.
use the bathroom.
You can use coordinate, the owl being able to signal people like, hey, they're here. Just like flying in a certain pattern or whatever like that. Some agreed upon non-verbal cue, right?
It's an owl. Like, I mean, I guess it like the thing is like I don't know that it flying in a specific pattern is going to necessarily be visible.
Oh, true. So I guess just making
And-
going to the whatever hidden people who are going to ambush. So we just need people nearby that are hidden, like maybe in the copse of trees over here, and then the owl will go over there and let them know that they should come in and start attacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound good? A good plan.
Maybe.
Alright, sounds good. Trees to the left.
So I'm saying like, well, so we'll handle ambush there, and then their patrol can focus on just protecting camp and their stuff. So does that work for you guys? So
Oh,
Cleta
here
and
we go.
Veracus
Here we
are
go.
going to be on the outside, and then we will signal them to come in.
Oh, this is beautiful. Okay.
Oh, maybe good time for a short rest for some of you who took a bit of a beating.
Yeah, I need a rest.
Yeah? Okay.
So
We're gonna do
I'll keep an eye out.
here's what the
Okay.
signal's going to be.
All right, I am back.
I'm going to drop a glowing coin right on top of the people coming in. So it will be clearly visible where they are.
What?
So I'm going to give a coin to Opal to hold in her talons. I can cast spells with a range of touch through my familiar. So I can cast light on the coin and then drop it right on top of the people coming in to indicate where they are when they get close.
I mean, wouldn't that signal them that they have been observed? When we just wait for them to enter into, assume that they will enter into the cave, and then just bring people behind?
Well, we're at the mouth of the cave, aren't we? Like,
Well, I mean, I'm planning on setting up here.
you want to go into the cave while there's explosions going on and possibly another cave-in could occur?
We said behind the barricade. Oh, you're talking about barricading this area here.
I was thinking we would barricade right in front of the cave mouth where it would be a little safer.
Okay, so we're not going to, I guess, ambush them, like trap
No.
them in a cave.
Just
We're
protect,
just going to
defend
defend the entrance.
the entrance
Yeah.
to the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can still do like ambush tactics. You know, presumably they'd be coming up, you know, through the.
But
the
yeah,
road.
I'm inclined for this too, because yeah, inside is scary, and being able to just run outside immediately at any point is very much in the pro category. So.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, all right, we can just
Makes
set up
sense.
a defense here, and we'll have starlight. So we'll have low light, at least 120 feet vision. So we should be pretty good with that. Okay. Yeah. So
All right, so
nice
you've got
small
your
barriers.
barricade kind of on drawing instead of pinging. We'll do that in basically where this one is kind of. So not like pinning you into the cave, but sort of in front of it.
Would probably want it like, I would say right in front of it, but like you can get through, but you have to sort of like squeeze your way through,
Yeah.
like the edge.
Or
So-
you
so-
likely
something along those lines. So we can get out, but like you can't just like run it.
Right. Or you like stagger it, so it's like a,
likely the best scenario is that the larger folks would be outside, and we can make it small enough so that us small folk,
you know,
Trixie would hate to be called small folk, can get
Normal
out.
sized people. Those are
Yes.
giant people.
Yes,
We're normal.
there we go. I like your way
All
of
right.
thinking.
So let's say, as you guys are setting up, it's starting to get dark.
Okay.
Evening comes, the sun starts to set. McDougal brings you up something to eat. Let's say McDougal brings you each a bowl of
Oh
beans.
yes, baked beans. I love it.
He says,
Nice.
Charlie made these himself. He said you would enjoy them. And then, you guys can choose to eat them or not.
Oh, I eat the
We're not
beans
gonna, make
heartily.
you make constitution checks or something.
I eat them. I eat those beans right away.
Gotcha.
There goes our surprise.
Well,
Yeah,
at
should
least
we-
Cleet's
you guys
outside.
make checks.
What check
Not
do you need?
inside of us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Constitution.
Constitution.
Let's see.
Save me.
Strength to hold in your
Ooh,
fart.
yeah, I rolled a 21 on
Yeah.
Constitution. I'm holding that fart.
All right, he's chilling.
Make it a
Yeah,
random
I would
check.
argue that it's a
Fair enough.
constitution.
Yeah. We're not
I
gonna
would-
have. I don't want to have this argument right now. It's
So
just
we no
too
risk
much.
of sharding.
Too much. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Cleet made the one holding your fart joke check, and we can move on from that.
Moving on.
So, all right. So it gets dark. Round about midnight, we'll say. You guys start hearing screams, or shouting and commotion from the town down at the bottom of the hill.
Okay. Gonna use an action to bring cast my thingy, Eldritch. Boom two.
Boom two.
Oh, did we? I assume we got.
It's good for an hour.
Did we get a
What?
short
Yeah, we got a
rest?
short rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess you would have need.
I just wanna.
Screaming from
I wanna
town.
look over the spell slot.
Oh,
Uh, Should we send the
That
owl
was
to
my
investigate?
plan. So
Okay.
yes, the owl will go and
Wait,
investigate the town.
I mean, Vericus and Cleet are supposed to be outside of the.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not
Very-
sleeping
Right.
in the tunnel, so
So I mean, you're
I'm
supposed to be
there
over
with the
here, I think.
Okay.
So I can see through Opal's eyes with the. Let's see. It should have. Yeah, it's got dark vision 120 feet.
Okay. So, what Opalescence sees down in the town is kind of on the far side of the town, let's say. Not the town, the side that's closest to the mine and the path up to the mine. But you start seeing. Let's see. These kinds of guys.
oh,
What the hell is that?
Uh-oh.
Make them
Oh, yeah,
larger
that's
for.
that's a beast
What?
herder right there.
What
Looks like
the
a-
hell? That's
So
that's 5 by 5.
no, it's not actually that big. I'm just making them larger to show you what they are.
Oh, okay.
These guys,
It's like, oh dear God.
these two
40 feet tall.
are roughly human-sized. The two guys in more gray, and let's say that there are like, I don't know, there's like 15 of them,
Oh jeez.
and
Okay.
then you have one of these big fellers who's probably, 10, 15 feet tall. And I think that right there is where we're gonna call it for this evening. These guys are the big guy's starting to knock down shanties. all the little guys are just causing chaos and starting to like fight miners and things like that. And with that image of a shanty town being destroyed by monsters, that's where we'll call it.
Nice.
Do we exit our barricade to go defend them or wait for?
Just let them
We will
get
find that
destroyed
out.
and then
Yeah.
come to us.
Next week.
Yeah. I'm cozy here.
All right. What's the name of the episode?
Something to do with the mine.
Hold Guardian.
Stony Friends.
That's supposed to be a callback.
No, that's the name of that model
I mean-
in the Ninth Age game.
Cave friends
Oh, I know. I
are
know.
just as good as swamp
Oh.
friends.
Cave friends are just as good as. Okay.
I think that
Uh,
one's good.
yeah, I guess.
Cave friends are just as good as swamp friends.
But we didn't try to make. We didn't actively try to make friend. Well, I mean, I
I
guess
did.
kind of.
Fleet is
I did.
actively
But
trying to make
Did
friends
did
with
That
did
is
they
true,
end
that
up
is
being
true.
as good as right? I mean, you try, but did they end up actually being friends?
Has anyone yet? I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like most
te-
of the party isn't even really friends with Cleet.
Technically,
Just like tolerate him.
technically, the
Yeah.
the
Because he
the,
can
What
heal.
is his?
the spirit we ran into at the
Get him
stones
next time.
did
Mhm.
become a friend of Cleet,
That is true.
so got +1
I
there.
feel like my
Yeah.
quest in this
but
whole
we're
adventure
still at
is
like
to make more
minus
friends.
20.
Yeah, that's Cleet's kind of
MO.
sub-story arc.
I mean, he
It's
would
all
have been gold if
character
it weren't for the
development.
other guard, right? If it weren't for the other contract, he totally convinced the first one. So
Yeah,
He did indeed.
That's true.
halfway there.
It's halfway
So
there.
close to friendship.
yep.
Cool.
Unfortunately, he was just a
Next
loner.
time.
Stop
No,
it.
no.
That's funny.
It was right there.
Living
I
on a
had
prayer.
to say it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if anyone's still watching this, please like and subscribe. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Toodles.